dear student, welcome to you in today's lecture of English. So, dear student, in today's lecture, we are going to just complete some exercise of lesson number out of the frying pan into the fire. As the explanation and question answers is already completed. Now, let me see one of the exercise of the first one lesson out of the frying pan into the fire, which is given on your book page number 6. So every student just be ready with your course book and with your notebook also, because here what you have to do, you have to just complete this work in your notebook as well. So let's get started. So first of all, just take out your book, page number 6. There you can see one of the question, match the idioms with their meaning. Some idioms are given, idioms means phrase, some phrases are given and we have to just मैच द वर्ड मीनिंग, हमें उसके साथ उस आइडियम के साथ उसके वर्ड मीनिंग को मैच करना है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू जस्ट मैच दैट वर्ड मीनिंग इन योर बुक एंड देन what we have to do, you have to just note it down one sentence of that particular idiom. So let me start. So first of all, the first one idiom is given in a pickle. So what does it mean by in a pickle? In a pickle means stuck in a difficult situation. किसी difficult situation में फंस जाना. It is the meaning of an idiom in a pickle. So here now, after writing the word meaning of that idioms, we have to just form a sentence also of that idiom, and you have to just complete this work in your notebook. So now what sentence we can write of this idioms in a pickle? We can form any sentence which is having idiom in a pickle, means stuck in a difficult situation, किसी difficult situation में फंस जाना. So what we can write? My friend or she stuck. She can forget, or we can write she realized that. She realized she was in a pickle. She realized she was in a pickle. मतलब उसे इस बात का realize हुआ कि वह किसी मुसीबत में फंसी हुई है. Now let me see the next one idiom, and you may know it very well. Shed crocodile's tear, मतलब मगरमच्छ के आंसू बहाना. So what is the meaning of this idiom? Pretend to be sad or sorry, मतलब दिखावा करना, like you are very sad or you are very nervous, but in real that some person is not in sad mood or not in sorry mood, but he is just going to pretend to someone. जब कोई किसी को दिखावा करने की कोशिश करता है कि सही में वो बहुत ज़्यादा दुखी है, बट वो रियल में नहीं होता. So the meaning of the shed crocodile's tears is pretend to be sad or sorry. So what we can write? We can form many sentences of this idiom. So we can write when he shed crocodile's tears. He shed crocodile tears when his stepmother has died. जब उसकी स्टेपमदर की डेथ हुई थी तब वो क्या कर रहा था? He shed crocodile tear, मतलब वो मगरमच्छ के आंसू बहा रहा था, मतलब लोगों को जस्ट प्रिटेंड कर रहा था like that he is really very nervous about this incident. Now next one, have egg all over my face. Have egg all over my face means look foolish. What does the meaning of this phrase or this idiom? Have egg all over my face means to look foolish. So what sentence can be written? We can form many. When we can write my friend had egg all over his face when he was unable to complete the task. When he was when he was unable to complete the given task. So when my friend was unable to complete the given task, so he looked foolish to other one. Now next we see the fourth one, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek means forgive any harm done. किसी की बड़ी गलतियों को भी माफ कर देना. So what does that mean? Which idioms can be used for the given meaning? Turn the other cheek. So what we can write? It's very difficult to turn the other cheek. It's very difficult to turn the other cheek when you are provoked. When you are provoked. Provoke means किसी को किसी गलती के लिए उकसाना या भड़काना. So it's very difficult situation. It's very difficult to turn the other cheek when you are provoked. जब आपको किसी चीज़ के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा भड़काया जाएगा या उकसाया जाएगा, so you can't just forgive to someone. तो आप किसी को माफ नहीं कर पाओगे. Now next one, fifth one item is get a slap on the wrist. Get a slap on the wrist means receive a very light punishment. Get a slap on the wrist मतलब किसी को किसी बड़ी गलती के लिए भी छोटी सजा देना. So now let me write the sentence. He should be in jail. He should be in jail for what he did. For what he did. For what he did, but he got off. But he got off with just a slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist. Now, so let us see the sentence. Get a slap on the wrist. He should be in the jail for what he did. मतलब उसने जो गलती किया था या उसने जो भी गुनाह किया था उसके लिए उसे कहाँ होना चाहिए था, उसे जेल में होना चाहिए था. But he got off with just a slap on the wrist. पर उसे क्या दी गई, बस एक छोटी सी फॉर्मल सी पनिशमेंट उसे दी गई instead of giving a very strict punishment. So in this way we can form a sentence of an idiom which will be given. So here we have seen, let I repeat the once again, just note it down in your notebook. In a pickle means stuck in a difficult situation. She realized she was in a pickle. Next, shed crocodile tears, pretend to be sad or sorry. Shed crocodile tears. He shed crocodile tears when his stepmother has died. Next, have egg all over my face means look foolish. My friend had egg all over his face when he was unable to complete the given task. Next, turn the other cheek means forgive anyone's harm done. It's very difficult to turn the other cheek when you are provoked. Next, fifth one, get a slap on the wrist, receive a very light punishment. He should be in the jail for what he did, but he got off with just a slap on the wrist. So here are we have seen 5 phrases, 5 idioms, meaning and sentences also. Now we are here. I am just telling you the meaning of this given idiom, and what you have to do, it's your homework to form a sentence of that given idiom. So let us see the sixth one. Bark up the wrong tree. Bark up the wrong tree. Bark up the wrong tree means ask the wrong person. मतलब किसी गलत person को किसी चीज के लिए पूछ लेना. So here you have to just form a sentence of the given idioms. Now next one, beat around the bush. Beat around the bush means avoiding talking about something unpleasant. What does it mean by beat around the bush? Avoiding अनप्लीजेंट, जो कुछ ठीक नहीं हो उसके बारे में बात करना, अवॉइड करना. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, रन आउट ऑफ स्टीम मीन्स गेट टायर्ड, थकावट फील होना या थकान फील होना. सो हियर दीज थ्री idioms are homework to you, and what you have to do, you have to just form just only a sentence of that given idioms. So in this way we have seen the question number C, which is given on your book page number 6. Now let me see one more question, one more exercise which is given on your book page number 9. So just open it. Here you can see one of the example of formal letter is given, and there what we have to just do, we have to just label the given parts. There are some parts of letter writing is given. Formal letter writing is given. Formal letter which is written to the official person, to principal or to any authority. So here we have to just label it, the given part. So just open it and note it down. So first of all you can see the address. First of all, what are you looking? You are looking address. So it's whose address is it? Is it sender's address? Is it sender's address? And then what you are looking? Yes, there are date. First sender's address, then date, then receiver's address. What is the next column? The principal, Vidyarthi School, Joshi Road, New Delhi. So it is receiver's address. Sender's address means to who is sending the address, जो letter लिख who is sending the letter, जो letter लिख रहा है. First of all, whose address will be written. So first of all sender's address, then date, then receiver's address. It means to whom we are writing a letter, जिसे हम letter लिख रहे हैं उनका address. So it is one of the receiver's address. Then dear sir, it's a salutation part. What is it? Salutation part. When we start any letter by saying dear sir, dear ma'am, respected sir, so it's a part of salutation. Now then you are looking subject, permission to organize an educational trip. So it's a subject. So in that column what you have to write? You have to just note it down, subject. Then so it is one of the letter written by secretary of the science club. Who has written this letter? It is written by the secretary of science club to principal. To whom he has written? He has written to the principal of his school. Then when we start the letter, so here it could be said a body of the letter. When we start to write the letter, it is a format, it is a part of body of the letter. And then yours faithfully means subscription. It's a part of subscription. And at last the student's name, student secretary, science club, it is designation, or simply we could say it's a part of signature. So just label it down. Page number which is given on your book, page number 9. So first of all, line by line I am going to just completing that box. Just note it down in your book. First one, in first column, what you have to write? Sender's address. Second, date. Third, receiver's address. Fourth, salutation. Subject. Body of the letter. Seventh, subscription. And last one is signature. So these parts that is used for the formal letter. Whenever we write any formal letter, first of all, this much parts will be very important while we write any formal letter to someone. First, sender's address, then date, receiver's address, salutation, subject, body of the letter, then subscription part and signature. So this much are very important while we write any formal letter to someone. So I hope, dear student, you have completed this work in your notebook. If still anything is remain, so just pause the video and just copy it down in your notebook. So dear student, we'll meet you in next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.